Hello and welcome. I'm Rahul, and I come in front of you because I want to exchange some values. Because I strongly believe that if I will be able to instill certain character in you, if I will be able to disseminate certain knowledge, what will happen? Your thought pattern, your thinking pattern will change. You'll be able to harness your communication skill, and this has been my purpose because I want to communicate because everybody invests their time and that's why they want to exchange certain valuable things. And if you'll think that very way, you'll always value your time, and this is important to value our time because we will learn a lot more when we will think of ourselves that whatever we are investing in, we should invest properly and we should learn something that if it is valuable, then only we should give certain time on that very thing. So that's why I strongly believe that if you listen to me consistently for 6 months, your communication skill will certainly improve. So if you will not get anything, then something at least I will be able to contribute, which is communication skill, because language is contagious. If you listen more, if you think of it more and more and more, your communication skill will certainly grow, because I have inculcated this practice and I learned it, and that's why I have certain experience of that, and that's why I'm communicating in front of you and I'm trying to disseminate that further. So one of the most important thing that I want to tell you in life, it is important to think how to harness certain skills so that you can make your livelihood better. Yeah, it is important to harness certain skills to make our livelihood better, but we should not take much more stress on our head. Stress taking and stress enduring is something that we have to learn, but don't take as much pressure that can disturb you. If you are taking that kind of pressure, then it is alarming time for you, that you should understand exactly that nothing in life is so much valuable than your head, than your thought process, than your cognitive ability. If it will be lost, you lose everything, and that's why it is important that you learn certain ways to cope with the stress, because many a times when you will go into future, after some times whenever you will think about past, you will regret that you have thought about it and you have taken it that much seriously, because it had changed your life, and you'll regret that very time, because nothing in life is so much important that you give so much stress on your head. Yeah, everything has certain values, everything has certain uh, implications, and that's why it is imperative to do that. Yeah, it will be done, you will be doing that, but don't take a stress on your head, because if you will take a stress, it will look like it is a big thing and it will cross you, you will debacle, you will be someone who will give up under pressure. That should never happen, because whatever we think, it makes a bigger impact on our brain. It is bigger in our brain, but outside, if you will try to execute that, it will look smaller. And with time, when you will understand that with time, when the time passes, it makes that way thing look small, and it changes whatever you have thought earlier, that this thing, how it can be done, it will be really huge, it will be really pressurizing, I cannot do that, I will just give up on that very point of time. It never happens. In reality, whenever that will time will come, it will look like a small thing. It was not so much that you have thought about, that you have to give so much stress on your head. And that's why it is important that coping with the stress is one of the most important things nowadays. Students nowadays, young person, youth people, they are all taking much more stress. And they are thinking of a small thing that it is going to be big. Don't think like that. Your life is not going anywhere. If you are not able to earn today, 50,000 rupees, tomorrow you will be able to do that, or you can adjust your needs based on your income. It may happen, but it will not be as much of that you are thinking today you will lose everything will be lost. Just like this, you should not think about that, because many a student, many a young people are thinking in that very way, and that's why I wanted to stress on that. And I strongly believe that if you'll think of yourself that you are going to do something better in your life, just think like that. Because many a time opportunity will be unfolded in front of you. You will feel that many opportunities are coming. If I will be able to do that, I can do that. You will think that very way, and it will certainly unfold in front of you, because at that very time you will be harnessing a lot better than you'd have thought that you cannot do that. And that's why it is important that you think that time has a lot of power. Time can change everything. It can facilitate that you have never imagined it before. And that is why time has everything. It has something special for you as well. And that's why many people, understand after 45 years, after 50 years, that they have passed all the time, and then they regret and they feel that they would not have taken that much stress, they could have done better. And at that very time, they turn themselves towards spirituality because they know everything that this life, the karmic life, has uh, has been done. They have done with that, and that they need to invest their time in spirituality. What they will do, self engineering, inner engineering for themselves. It would have been done better if they would have thought it before, 10 years or before 20 years. If they would have done it, that would have been better. But later on they regret, and they later on they change their spiritual journey. And that's what I want to tell you, that you have to understand, if you are a young person, you are taking much more stress. Many students are going through that, and that's why I'm out treating that. I just don't want to make you feel pity, and I just want to tell you that everything you have is here. If you lose that, you can lose everything. And that's why I strongly want to stress on that honing a skill, learning a skill is not a big thing. You can learn any skills in your life, you can hone any personality, any skill, and you can be better. And that's why I'm asking you, signing in front of life is not as much difficult that you think of it. You can make yourself better, you can be better than before, and nobody is going to stop you. Thank you for listening to me.